complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna Vardhana Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Priti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Priti Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my Dandavat Pranam to you and to the all respected devotees of this divine group. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Radha Damodar ki jai. This is Pooja Arora from Haridwar. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Puja Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call every day and giving us your association. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice background, Mataji. Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna.
Radharani.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
Radharani ki jai.
beautiful Radharani.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Vardhana Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Priti Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna Sham Gauri Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Mataji, there is lot of background noise from your microphone. Even yesterday, I felt the same thing, Mataji.
My phone, Mataji.
Mine Mataji.
Yeah, Shamagauri Mataji has a background noise. Lot of background noise which can be.
Now Mataji.
It's the same thing, Mataji. There is some lot of disturbance. Hare Krishna Vardhana Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas College Station.
Hare Krishna Nitya Gandharika Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vardhana Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Ran.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Is anybody else would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. Yakshamati from Chicago.
Hare Krishna Yashamati Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please introduce himself. Welcoming all of you to the Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji. Prabhuji is going to enlighten us on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 14th chapter, verse number 6. Before diving into the call, I will hand out the call to Sureshwar Sham Prabhuji to give brief introduction of His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please take over the call, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Here is a brief introduction about Prabhuji. His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Being a doctor by profession, He has done immense services to the devotee community and served the society by donating for lots of projects. For example, he donated the deities in Philadelphia temple and has made 3,000 temple units that serve as an altar in the villages. Prabhuji also served as temple president for ISKCON New Jersey for 15 years. Prabhuji is known for his simplicity and humility. Prabhuji is now an initiating spiritual master in ISKCON society. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Back to you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, we should add one more thing in there. He has built the temple in Khargon, Madhya Pradesh, in India.
Okay, sure, Mataji.
Yeah, it's a newly means he built last year.
Okay.
Very beautiful temple, and also he has created a community around the temple, so devotees can come and stay there in their end of life retirement kind of thing.
Khargaon, Madhya Pradesh. Okay.
Khargon, yeah.
Yeah, see that. Okay.
Can we continue our chanting, Mataji, until Prabhuji joins?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare.
Prabhuji is there, Mataji. Prabhuji needs to unmute. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please unmute.
No, it's not mute. It's okay.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada.
My pranam to everyone there on the call.
Yes,
Jai Srila
Prabhuji.
Prabhupada.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. We are very grateful to you, Prabhuji. I'll hand over the call to you. Hare Krishna.
So, my thanks to everyone and for giving me the opportunity to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. So we just do some prayers. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhestam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Samsajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shan He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Mahavadhanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namo Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Vasindhubhyayivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vashyatya Deshakarine Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we'll be reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 14, text number 6 to 10. This is again King Chitraketu's lamentation. He was such a wonderful devotee that although he was fighting, he was in Asur body or demonic body or Rakshas body, but still he's praying to Indra. He's inciting him that please throw your Vajra and kill me so I could give up this demonic body. And there are many examples in the scriptures doing that. So text number 6, Vatrastu Sakatham Papa Saralokupa Tapana Itham Dhranamati Krishna Asita Sangrama Ulvane. Sarvaloka means all the three planetary systems, upper, middle, lower. Upata Naha, the causing of suffering. Dhrana Matihi, firmly fixed intelligence. Krishna in Krishna. Ulvane in the great blazing fire of battle. So, translation, Vratrasur was situated in the blazing fire of battle and was an infamous sinful demon, always engaged in giving troubles and anxiety to others. How could such a demon become so greatly Krishna conscious? So this question was asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Sukdev Goswami, that how it is possible he's in a demonic body, and he's just telling in general that what demons they do, that they are very infamous, they are sinful, they always engage in, they give trouble to the Okay, is it okay? Can you hear me?
Now it is okay, Prabhu. Now we are able to hear you.
Okay, yeah, okay. So, so Vratrasur was situated in such a demonic body, and these are the symptoms of the demonic body. How to, and Parikshit Maharaj is asking how such a demon would be so wonderful, so greatly Krishna conscious, much more than Indra. Indra wanted to enjoy the material benefits of the post, position, enjoy heavenly planets, rule over, control. So that was his tendency. That and that's why he was fighting, to a devotee. But such a demonic body, how he could be such a Krishna conscious? So that was the question. So it is been described that a Narayan Parayan, a pure devotee, is rarely found even among millions and millions of persons. So it's not easy to find a rare, means what to say in the demonic Asura family, but even among all the general population, it's very, very millions and millions of people that Manushanam Shastreshu Kashinetapi Siddhe Yatatam Siddhanam Kashin Bhav Veti Tattva. Very rarely that they know Krishna. And then to become Narayan Parayan, completely dependent on Krishna, not worrying about anything else, that is very, very rare. So Parikshit Maharaj was surprised at how he made such an advancement. One of the even on a battlefield. What was the reason for Vratrasur's advancement? And the next verse, text number 7, Atra na sansayo bhuyat srotum kautuhalam prabhu yah parushena samare shastraksham atoshayat. My dear Lord, Sukdev Goswami, although Vratrasur was a sinful demon, he showed the prowess of a most exalted Kshatriya and satisfied Lord Indra in battle. How could such a demon be a great devotee of Lord Krishna. These contradictions have caused me great doubt, and they have made me eager to hear of this from you. So, Vratrasura's discussion was going on before in previous chapters, but now it is the description that how Vratrasura could become such a devotee. Like we have read in 6th canto, text number like 20, like chapter 11, it describes how the Vratrasura, that what is his qualification. He had a transcendental quality and how fought very vigorously, very such a means that even like Indra had his Vajra, but still he could not face Vratrasura. He swallowed the Vajra as well as the elephant and the Indra also. But somehow, because Indra was a king of the demigods, so somehow he got out of his mouth. And, then again, Vratrasura said that you come and fight. So I could tell you at the end about more about this Vratrasura was King Chitraketu. The story about King Chitraketu you have heard, or you will be hearing that now, Chitraketu, that now the chapter is King Chitraketu's lamentation. So Chitraketu was a king of whole planet, not just he was, that was in Kurus and Vansh. Vansha against Kurus and every whole praja was very much satisfied with his kingdom. And but one time, like with all these things, Sarabhaum, he had 1 crore, means 10 billion wives, but none of them could give him a son, and he was very much worried. So one day, by law of providence, Narad Muni and Angira Rishi, they came to the kingdom, and when they came, then he all the whatever has to be done for a saintly persons like Narad Muni and Angira Rishi, he did that. But then he said that I don't have a son. Please help me. I will fall into the hellish planets with along with my all the purvajas or prior. So please do something so I could get out from this nark, uh, hellish condition. So, Muni, he prepared a charu, vast charu, uh, and worship the demigod, and he gave to his topmost queen, that was Krita Duty, her eldest out of 1 crore or 10 million queens. He gave that charu to them. These talks are from Satyu, where people used to live a long period of time. Manutaji, you will have a son, but it will give you happiness and distress. That's why he called him Harsha Shok. And so during proper time, he was born a son. Whole kingdom was and so much that he gave donations, and everybody was very, very happy. And but what happens? This is the material world. Even in Satyu, so many queens, could not give attention to the other queens. She would go and mostly stay with the son, love him and love his Karma-duty and so other queens. So there is a jealousy. Anybody who is on a higher position, then the jealousy does happen, whether it is you or proper you, or you want to assure their position or kill him or remove him from your way. That is the cause of the jealousy. Jealousy, irsha, it's a very, very dangerous thing. Only unless they are a pure devotee, they cannot get out of this tendency. Somebody is rich, somebody has many palaces, somebody has good beauty, somebody has beautiful wife or queen, and they want to usher, they want to take. That's why Prabhupada's father told Prabhupada that don't try to marry a very, very beautiful girl, because you will be attached to her and you won't be able to block your attachment, and others would become envious. So envy is a very prominent teaching.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
He could not rule. When his son was given poison, he became pale and limp. So now, so much like there was so much happiness, now so much distress. He could not even get up. He was getting becoming unconscious again. He could not walk and come to the almost like dead man. He could not rule, he could not take any attention. And this was heard by Narad Muni and Angira Rishi. They again came along with Rishi Narad, and then he, could you please uh, that you were doing so much uh, like so much for the son, but who was he in the previous life? He is now. Who are his parents? This is just according to the Sanyoga from their destination. This is happened. This is in your head. We told you that it gives you unhappiness. So this is father, son in the mind. It is kalpana. It is not reality. So so please keep patience and gradually, and then so uh, then he somehow he heard, and but Narad Muni he was coming to him to give him some enlightenment, but he would not listen because he wanted a son. So he gave him a son, and then he made the son alive. Let the soul come back to the same body, and he himself is of lifetime. Sometimes as a father, sometimes as a brother, sometimes Shatru, sometimes as a Mitra. So many times that I have been, sometimes as a Rakshak or Bhakshak or Nashak. Or, so, so we are doing, but why not you think your son as your enemy and become happy? There are so many, like people, they buy gold and they sell gold and so many times, and when they sold, they don't really lament, oh, my gold has been gone. It is coming and going in the sand, in the waves. So many particles of the sand, they come together and they separate again with the next wave. Or in a rain, so many like straws, they come together and they separate forever, never to meet again. So for as long as that I have been, my given my destiny according to my I became your son now by the law of providence. I'm separate. I have another parents, and like that I had many parents. So please do not lament. And he entered back again. This is all because of our mamta, that we have so much relationship, but nobody is anybody's enemy. We are all according to our destiny. We have been all moving along with in the material world, and we have to really take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, worship Him, and develop our relation with Him. Just like what happened, why that Jiva is saying that in the old, before, I was a king in the Panchal Desh, and then Raju, but that he took Vairagya, then he, Vikshavarati, he was begging, and then he was went to a village, and then one mother gave him some kind of uh, patties of the cow dung, and some atta. So what happened? He burned that patties, and there were thousands of, like 1 crore of ants were there in that patties. And when he burned that, all the ants, they died, and he ate that food. He offered to Salagram. Because he offered to Salagram, all these ants, they become the Sauteli mothers. Sauteli means are the mothers, stepmothers. They become all mothers. And in one lifetime, because he offered the food to Krishna, then the effect was not for long. He did not suffer long. Otherwise, for each ant, he had to take birth again, and that ant will kill him again, another for one crore times. So this is the way of our life and how the karma acts. So Prabhu Rakhi Shruti Niti Arumay Nahi Pava Klesh, that it is Shruti Niti, that I did not develop any painful death, because otherwise many. So king become by hearing from saintly association, sadhu sanga sarva shastra kai lava matra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hoy. So he heard from his son, to whom he was very much attached. He heard from Narad Rishi, he heard from Angira Rishi, then he became so much detached. And he immediately gave his kingdom and did tapasya, and he had a like vision of Krishna came to him and he gave him a boon, and he gave him a what you call a aeroplane that he could go on Viman, and he was going to here and there. So one time that he was going to Kailash Parvat, and Shivji was there. Chitraketu went to him and he was seeing that Parvati is sitting in his lap and he was embracing at that time. Then he was very much that he is the Lord Shiva, is Dharma Guru, Dev Mahadev. How is possible to have in such a way, a very upsetting way, or that he's sitting with his wife, who is very, very beautiful, and sitting on his lap, and he's addressing to so many saintly people. Uh, so he was remarking in that way that at least if you want to sit, then you go in your room and there you could enjoy, but not in between these people who are completely renounced. What will be the effect on them? Even in human society also, the public, what to say about in the assembly of the saintly king. So somehow there is this is because of the confidence. Krishna wanted him to get a shrap like the curse. That way he could show that how even born in a demon could be such an exalted hero. That have like Prahlad Maharaj. There are others like this. That they are in the family, but he somehow he around and he engaged in the service. A Tulsi Balivan was also, but even his guru refused him, Shukracharya, not to give Raja Bali Mate Dana Jamiko. Do not give any land of 3 steps. He says, I have promised. If he is Vishnu, that is good. My grandfather, Prahlad Maharaj, also gave everything. Was he sacrificed? So how I could be behind? So in that way, he. So there are many examples like this. You may say, although Putna, but she was cursed. But curse of a like curse of a Krishna or his devotee is always beneficial. These 2 boys of Kuber, they were also cursed, but they were cursed, but that was for their benefit. That they became the trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, and they could see all the past activity. The Jagai Mahadai, although they were born in a Brahman family, but they were more worse than even demons or asuras. All that Prabhupada was there, but they were protected because he surrendered this Jagai Mahadai to Nityananda Prabhu. He was saved and they became pure devotees in this way. So there are many, many asuras. You could just say that Putna she wanted to kill, but see how Krishna gave him the position of his dhai. She was the daughter of Bali Maharaj in the previous life. So she, Lord Shiva is telling Parvati that now did you see the greatness of the devotees, pure devotees of the Lord? How nice he is, that they are not afraid. He just, now Parvati was thinking that he will beg pardon and he will come and pay my obeisance, say that please forgive me, Mata, I have done this and this wrong. He did not, he was not afraid at all. If it comes to become a demon, that's fine. Nobody can take away your Krishna consciousness, even if you are a demon. So he became a demon, he took, and he was born from first half again. So, Swarga Naraka Apavarga Samana Jahata De Dhanu Pana Narayana Paraha Sarve Na Kutaschina Bidyate. They are not afraid Narayana, but Swarga Varga Narake Swapi Tulyartha Darshina. They see Tulya, same thing, Swarga or Narak. So there is some that how in the previous chapter about this Vratrasur, his transcendental qualities. We have already read that he's asking, Aham Hare Tava Padayaka Mula, Dasanudaso Vavitasmi Bhuya, Mana Smareta Supatir Punaste, Granita Vakarma Karoto Kaya. Oh my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, will I again be able to be servant of your eternal servants who find shelter only at your lotus feet? O Lord of my life, may I again become their servant, so that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes. My words always glorify those attributes, and my body always engage loving service of your Lordship. So these are the same prayers that King Ambrish was also. The Naka Prastam, Naka Prastam, and the heavenly planets. I don't want heavenly planets. Dhrulo. The Paramestam, the Paramestam, the planet of which Lord Brahma resides, Paramestam. The Sarvabhaumam, I don't want to become a Sarvabhaum, the king of all the planetary system. The Rasadipatyam, Sarvabhaumam, and Rasadipatyam, sovereignty of the lower planetary system. Rasa Adipatyam, Rasatal Adipatyam, the Yoga Siddhirna Punarbhavam Va, Samanjasatva, Grahaya Kangshe. Oh my Lord, source of all opportunity. I do not desire to enjoy in Dhrulo, the heavenly planets, or the planet where Lord Brahma resides, the topmost planet, nor do I want to be supreme ruler of all the earthly planets or the lower planetary system. I do not desire to be master of the powers of the mystic yoga, nor do I want liberation if I have to give up your lotus feet. The devotee wants the lotus feet always, the Lord, and serve him rather than enjoy the material world. But so many people, we are in such a chaotic condition that we just want anything material. And how much suffering is there? Previous yugas, like people used to just be satisfied with a cow and a little land and just do bartering and would be happy. Just for just an example, like you want to travel fast, so you invented car, motorcycle, but how much trouble? Making iron, making cars, arts, and repairments, and factories, and so much pollution. And then overall, you need the petrol and digging on the earth and causing earth imbalance on the earth. And so many ways that we go into trouble and we don't know. And that, so you just live wherever you are, go a little bit with the horseback, but not that you have to, one has to go to America or America says, come here and why don't they compromise and just live where they are. Prabhupada always said, you go with such a neck-breaking speed, 80 miles, 100 miles, and then other people are also coming. So Prabhupada used to comment, what is this nonsense? Society or culture and you just stay in your place. You don't have to drive. He doesn't have to drive. And do your service right there. All kinds of people are there. So he's praying to serve the Lord, and the servants of the servant in the association of devotees is the only objective of pure honorability. That you want to serve the Lord, you want to serve servants, you want to associate with the devotees, and that is an unlike devotee. They want this. So he's praying again. Who is praying? This Vratrasu. Ajat Paksha Iva Mataram Khaga Stanyam Yathavat Satarasu Dharta Priyam Priyeva Vishutam Shanya Mano Aravindaksha Dikshate Twamo. So lotus eyed Lord, as babies birds have not yet developed their wings, always look for their mother to return and feed them. As a small calves tied with ropes await anxiously for the time of milking, when they will be allowed to drink the milk of their mothers, or as a morose wife shows husband away who was away from home, always she longs for his return back and satisfy her in all respects. They always earn for the opportunity to render direct service to you. So these are the thinking or feeling of this Vratrasu. And so he's asking that please give me such thing that my mind is always at your lotus feet. So this is about Vratrasur that we were reading, Sukadeva Goswami. So he's asking, Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question, how he could be such a devotee. And the text number 8, Parikshitota sam prashnam bhagwan badarayanihi shamya swadhanasya pratinandya vacho bravi. Sri Suta Goswami said, after hearing Maharaj Parikshit's very intelligent question, Sukadeva Goswami, the most powerful sage, began answering his disciple with great affection, because it's a very important question that he asked. And then the text number 9, Sri Suta Uvacha Unushwavahito Rajan Nitihasam Ivam Yata Sutam Dvaipayanam Dvaipayana Mukharnarada Devaladapi. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, O King, I shall speak to you The same history I have heard from mouths of Vyasadeva, Narad, and Deval. Please listen with attention. So Narad, Deval, so they all knew about, so they are narrating, and he's saying that please listen. So, O King, the translation, O King Parikshit, in the province of Hussein, there was a king named Chitraketu who ruled the entire earth during his reign. The earth produced all the necessities for life. See, if you please do your devotional service, please the earth. Earth will automatically, the rain would come at night time, earth would give all the jewels, or ocean would give all the jewels, earth will produce all the food grains, like the reign of Prathu Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, or so many who are devotee, Ambarish Maharaj. So there is always plenty of food. Earth is the mother, and the father is our father is Krishna. Earth is the mother, and then mother would naturally feed by the arrangement of the father. Mother would naturally feed all the children, not only human beings, but all the living beings would be fed by the mother earth, because she is our mother. She would remain hungry, but she would feed to the children. Although there is plenty for everybody, but because of our tendency, demonic tendency, earth is stealing. So at the time of Prathu Maharaj, earth stole all the food grains, herbs, and everything. And then king became very, very angry, and then the earth went, and he was chastising the earth. So she made the body of a like a cow, that cow that everybody is a try to protect the cow. But Parikshit Maharaj was behind, he did not see the suffering of his kingdom, the people in his kingdom. So then she said that please milk me. And he milked everything, whatever is necessary. All his praja was happy. Everybody is looking for Ram Rajya. Even now, this Rajya, and all the Pandavas, they were ruling. Parikshit Maharaj was ruling nicely. Krishna. And so Krishna wanted to establish a devotee king. That's why there was such a big fight. And this Duryodhana, the personified Kali, would not, or Dwapar Kali, would not really let Yudhishthira Maharaj rule. There was such a big fight. Same thing, Ravan, trying to enjoy Lakshmi Devi or Sita Devi and wanted to usher the position rather than worshipping Lord Ram at the same time. So these are the demonic tendency, and because of that, everybody is suffering in the world. Now, rather than monarchy, there is democracy, which is a democracy. That people are not really, they just be getting votes, they pay them some money, and they give them so much wine, whole bottles and bottles of wine that they give them, they turn their mind, oh, give me over, we will do such and such. They never fulfill their promises what they make. So they want to enjoy the poor people, their hard work, labor, and they enjoy all just by sitting on a chair, and they don't do anything. But whatever it is, this is the condition. So we are reading, O King Parikshit, that we are reading about this, that how the King Chitraketu, Ishopanishad also mantras, Isha Vashanidam Sarvam, everything belongs to Krishna. Yat Kinche Jagatyam Jagat, whatever you see in the Jagat, every little thing that belongs to Krishna. Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita, Ma Grada Kashya Sudadana. That without offering to them, or without that, only whatever is necessary, except, but then rest, everything belongs to Krishna. This is all because of the holding of grains, holding of money, holding of gold. And wherever there is holding of gold, there is a Kali. So Parikshit Maharaj given that place. So people are suffering because of this holding this, because they are not really depending on the land, depending on Krishna. So Isha Vasya Idam Sarvam Jagatyam Jagat. Everything animate or inanimate that is within the universe is controlled and owned by the Lord. One should therefore accept only those things necessary for himself, which are set aside as his quota, and one should not accept other things, knowing well to whom they belong. Krishna, the supreme controller, has created the material world, which is completely perfect. World is Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevava Chishyate. So which is completely perfect and free from sin. from scarcity. There is no scarcity. The Lord supplies the necessities of all living entities. These necessities come from the earth, and thus the earth is the source of supply. When there is a good ruler, that source produces the necessities of life abundantly.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. We can't hear
However,
you.
okay. However, when there is not such a good ruler, there will be scarcity. This is the significance of the word Kamaduk. Elsewhere in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said in the 10th canto that Kama Vavarsha Varajanya Sarva Kama Dudha Mahi. The Rina Maharaj Yudhishthir. So I will give that complete verse. कामं ववर्ष पर्जन्यः सर्वकामो धामहि सिचु स्म व्रजान् गावः पयसोधस्व तीर्मुदाम्. During the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthir, the cloud showered all the water that people needed, and the earth produced all the necessities of man in profusion. Due to its fatty milk bag and cheerful attitude, the cow used to moisten the grazing ground with the milk. So much. So Parikshit, the grandson of Yudhishthir, he also saw that he was killing a cow, Parikshit Maharaj, and the king at once wanted to kill him. But because of Bhagavatam has to come up, so he saved him because of the providence. In contrast to that King Parikshit and Yudhishthir and different rulers of Ram, the modern advanced civilized the form of government that is an autocracy like Maharaj, autocracy like Maharaj Yudhishthir is far more superior to a so-called democracy in which animals are killed and a man less than an animal is allowed to cast votes for another less than animal man. So God himself is the seed-giving father, and the material nature is the mother of all living beings in all shapes. Thus, mother material nature has enough food stuff, both for animals and for men. By the grace of Father Almighty, Sri Krishna, the human beings is the elder brother of all other living beings. Means human being, there are so many species of life, but human being is on the top because they are the elder brother, and he's endowed with intelligence more powerful than animals for realizing the force of nature and indications of the Almighty Father. So what Almighty Father wants, what the Mother Earth, who we are, what is our relationship with all the Jiva, what is our relation with the nature, what is our relation with Krishna. So all this can be understood very well, which is given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita in an easy way to understand. And Prabhupada made it so simple. So human civilization should depend on the production of material nature without artificially attempting economic development to turn the world into a chaos of artificial greed and power only for the purpose of artificial luxuries and sense gratification. This is but the life of a dog and ox that we do this thing. So it is such a, anyway, it is so much described in all this scripture, but somehow we have gone so far and still do not understand that simple living. I think that we should live simply, think very high. About high thinking means about Krishna consciousness. And preach to the people. Kyare dekho tare kaho Krishna Padesh, Amara agya hai, Guru Tare de. In the very first verse, we were talking about Narayan Narayan Bhakta. How a devotee was completely dependent on Narayan. So then the Vedic Grantha that sometimes there is a sharp or curse has been given by any, just like Parikshit Maharaj was cursed that you will die within 7 days. Sometimes we don't even have that much time. Sometimes the curse may be about whenever he's doing something for about woman or about some very highly elevated person, then he curses them. It could cause death also, or it could cause us great difficulty in the next life. So So whoever is receiving the curse depends on their level. Just and who is cursing, it depends on both the level. So a devotee, just like Vratrasur, he accepted the curse of Parvati. He accepted without any fear. And that is because of his Narayan Parayana. So in the shop, even it is given by highly educated people like Parvati or Narad Muni or even Jaya Vijay were cursed by four Kumaras. And when they were cursed by Kumara, then they did not mind. Okay, we have to go down. It will please our Lord. So they went down from even all the way from Golok Vrindavan, or then they came down, and then they came in the form of first Hiranyakashipu, Ravan Kumbhakarna, and third life they came in the form of this Dantavakra and Shishupal, and then Jagai Madai. So this is all lesson for us. Then how they behaved, what they did. They accepted, they fought. Lord also has a fighting tendency, chivalrous activity. All the rasas, whatever, but it is in a pure form. He fights with his devotees, and they accepted to please their master. And we should also do the same thing to please our master. So in that sharp is cursing, there is always a benefit, and then they see they're close to Krishna. Like we read about Parikshit Maharaj, Aryan Maharaj, Chitraketu, Jai Vijay. Shrangi cursed the Maharaj Parikshit within 7 days, but he was not afraid because he was Narayan Parayan, completely dependent. Prahlad Maharaj, completely dependent on the Supreme Lord. So this Chitraketu, the reason for his becoming that he was a devotee, devotion never goes, even if he's a demon, comes in a demon form. The devotion, he was still a devotee in that form. So most of the time that according to the paraves of the person who is cursing, he wants to curse him that his wealth goes down or he dies or something. And that way he feels that he's higher. But that is a demonic thing. But when the Bhagavad Bhakta is given a strap, then he's a devotee, then they do not get affected in any way or shape. Just like Chitraketu was not affected. He did not, Parvati cursed him, but he did not even, he could have released that, he could, because he was seen Krishna face to face, got a Viman, and he could have undo that. Parikshit Maharaj could have undo that 7 days you have to die. But he did not do that. He just thought it is because of the providence, Krishna wants to come in that. They are very tolerant, the devotees, and even whether so that's why Hani, Love, Jivan, Marana, Yash, Apyash, whatever is coming according to the destiny, they remain in equilibrium. They do not want to take revenge. Oh, he cursed me, I will double curse, or I will kill him, or I will crush him. So that is not the way. Means we just go on and waste our human life in curse, fight, counter fighting. Then you make your own so much sena and you fight all this. And you may say that Krishna also fought and he had Pandava, but that was the desire of Krishna. Krishna wanted to establish Yudhishthira Maharaj, and then all the population was all devotees. The same thing, Lord Ram's Raj, that he killed this Ravan, who was causing so much terror to the even heavenly planets also. Or Hiranyakashipu, and Lord came and killed him. Although they were Jay and Vijay, but they did not know that they are Jay Vijay at that time. Later on, when they went back, but it's not that fighting or Krishna, when he fights, he does not fight, oh, okay, I will save him, he's my devotee. No, he fights with his full force. And that Parikshit Maharaj could undo Shrangi's Shra, but he did not do it. And this is the mistake of Parvati Mata, her not samji that she cursed such a Narayan Parayan Bhakta. Then what Chitraketu did? She paid obeisances to Mata Parvati, and then he just left. He could have asked her pardon, and but he did not. He was made of a different kind of soil. And then, but Shivji, by seeing him, then he became very, very happy. Then he was telling his wife, Parvati, that you see the glories things of the devotee. That in Srimad Bhagavatam, Narayana para sarve dachana bibhyati, Swarga pavarga narakeshwapi tulyartha darshan. That Swarga, Narak, they are never afraid of whether it is. They see everything equal. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu. Then only we could develop bhakti. So Narayan Parayan devotee never get afraid by anything. Whether it is Swarga, Narak, Mukti, not Mukti, they see all equally because they depend on Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj was thrown in so many ways that his father knew the trouble. He always saw the hand of Krishna in everything. That they were putting him close to the uh, pillar that was hot, red hot, and so much fire was coming out of that. And they said that okay, you go and they tie him with that. And he saw that I should, because there may be some hesitation. Then he saw that there are ants are crawling. How ants could crawl on such a heart? So he just went fearlessly to them, and he was depending that he was seeing Krishna everywhere, and he saw that. And his father was asking, "Is Krishna in this pillar?" He says, "He's everywhere, father." So he took his club and hit and broke with his power this whole pillar. And then there comes uh, nursing day. So we had day before yesterday we had not nursing appearance day, and tomorrow we have nursing yagya. So everybody is invited. Some devotees from Mayapur, they are coming to perform the yagya ceremony, and so they are never get out of the Narayan Paran Bhakta from their truthfulness, and they do not want anything for their own sense enjoyment. They do not have whether it is ये मेरे लिए लाभ होगा ये इससे नुकसान होगा. They don't see that. But there are others who feel so much afraid of the when they are given the shrap or curse. They become so much afraid, and they find how I could get out of that. But we have a relationship, eternal relationship with Krishna and devotee, and that's why they never get afraid. So such people, Narayan Parayana, from any place, Prabhupada would go boldly to any place or any people. He would not be, they are not afraid of the death. One may say that why Prabhupada taught us that they could pray to Krishna because he did not finish. He had to do so much work and he could not finish his Bhagavatam. So he wanted to live a little bit longer so he could finish Bhagavatam. Anyway, that was Krishna, whatever Krishna will. For the devotee, there is nothing more important than the Krishna, than Bhagavan. There are them, Swarga and Narak, with the hellish this heavenly planet, they are one and the same. He knows that in the heavenly planet are the Narak. There is also Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, everywhere. And that is the Srishti. That is, Narak is also created by Krishna. So there is also Krishna. So he always remembers it. Narayan Parayan devotee always remembers Krishna. Just like Prahlad Maharaj. And then he follows all the that whatever is necessary to please him. Parikshit Maharaj was like that. Kali, because the Kali's influence was on Shrangi, and since then the Brahmins they fell down, and then he gave. But Parikshit did not make any. He just wanted to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. He asked all the Vaishnavas and we together that what is the duty of a person who is about to die. He knew that at the time of birth there was Brahmastra by this Ashwatthama, and he was being burned, but Krishna was protecting him, and he was seeing Krishna everywhere. So now he said that there is also burning by the Daksha, that I will get burned by his poisonous effect. But he said that I was not worried at that time, and now also Krishna will protect, and he was not worried. This is just an example. That was Brahmastra. There is a big difference. So it is all because of Krishna's desire. And Krishna devotees do not go against the desire of the Supreme Lord. Prahlad was not afraid when his Bua took her to Holika, to the fire. and he was saved, and the holy cup was there. So any situation sent by Krishna, just like for Pandavas, they were so much difficulty, but they never asked Krishna to please get rid of all this. Let us live luxuriously. Why you are creating all these things for us? They knew that he is the supreme personality of God. That's how Draupadi called on him. Whenever there is difficulty, they always depend on Krishna. When Durasa Muni came and he wanted the 10,000 disciples to eat, and Draupadi has already taken prasad from that Motlai that Surya Dev gave to them. And whether in the battlefield, whether they have to, that we have to fight, they were never afraid. Because you see that Arjun asked just for Krishna and not for, then Duryodhana was looking all the uh, Sena, so many external Sena. But they were depending that if Mare Krishna Rake Ke, Rake Krishna Mare. If Krishna wants to protect, I will be protected. Otherwise, so they remember according to the devotee of the Lord. And they don't do anything with against the Lord's desire. In any condition, they think it is his blessing. And so Maharaj Parikshit did not become afraid and he did not become bewildered. And so these are the characteristics of a Narayan Parayan devotee. So we read two different verses and we talked about this here. Who was this? There are many, many verses given. And so that is the Divya Gyan. And many verses are given in Sri Bhagavad Gita also. That how that we should never be means he could become angry, but no, for this King Chitraketu or this demon, he never became Vratrasura. We should not tell him a demon, he was more advanced than Indra himself. Indra is looking for kingdom to rule, to enjoy apsaras, wine, but he wanted, Vratrasura wanted to give up his body so he could again establish and serve the devotees of the Lord. He never asked for anything else, although he was very, very powerful. So we contemplate on this material thing, and because of the contemplation, uh, we develop attachment for them, just like contemplation of Rajamil. Then he became attached to that prostitute. Then he wanted to enjoy her. So at the level of dhyan, dhyayate vishyan, that you should stop it. The dhyan. Oh, my mind is in there, let me put my mind somewhere else. Otherwise, it is very, very difficult to get rid of from the contemplation. And then they become angry and get lust. From lust develops greed or anger. And then anger is in mode of tamogun. The greediness is in mode of passion. And even should we have to go beyond even Shuddha Sattva. We should be in Shuddha Sattva, beyond even mode of goodness. Then only we can be protected. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smrti vibhrama, smrti भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो, बुद्धिनाश pranashati. Pranashati, we go again in the Varnakul, in the Chaurasita meaning. So Krishna has created this Chaturvarnya, but one who is a devotee, then Namam Karan, that Krishna does not. So one who is a devotee is not afraid, whatever it is condition, and they know. But a non-devotee, Yam Labdva Chaparam Namam Manate Natikam Pata. Yashvin Istikam Natukina Gurna Purichina. The demon, they make so many different plans, different things. Anyway, that is a different story and it is a big. But the greatest yogi is one who is a devotee of the Lord. Mogasha to such a non-devotee. Mogasha, Moga Karmano, Moga Gyana Vichitasa, Rakshasim, Asurim Chema, Pragatim, Mukhrita. Those who are those bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic view. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their productive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. And so whatever knowledgeable, but knowledge about Krishna, if it is not there, then all these degrees don't work. Then at the death, everything is gone. But so Krishna said that I have come as a death personified. Asatyam pratistamte. So these are the nature of the demons, what they do, what they do not do. So much I have won, then I have killed, and the remaining enemies will also I will kill them, and I will rule. And so many plans. So we should not plan whatever Krishna, मेरी इच्छा ही करम की, जो है पूरी इच्छा, तो अपनी इच्छा ही करो. ये. So, Krishna is created this Chaturvarnya. Mogasha to such a non-devotee. Mogasha, Moga Karmano, Moga Gyana Vichitasa, Rakshashim, Asurim, Chema, Pragatim, Mukhrita. Those who are those bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic view. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their culture of knowledge are all defeated. And so whatever knowledgeable, but knowledge about Krishna, if it is not there, then all these degrees don't work. मेरी चाहिए हो वही जो है तुम्हारी चाह, तुम्हारी अनचाही कभी कठोर। तुम्हारी चाहिए मैं प्रभु है मेरा कल्याण, मेरी चाहिए मत करो मैं मृत कल्याण। So we read these 4 verses, number 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10. 5 verses of chapter 14, 10 to 6, in Chitraketu's lamentation. But King Chitra said, why Indra is not attacking me? Why is not throwing his vajra that is meant to kill me? And he's requesting it that please come, kill me, so I could get out of this body. How many people are there in our holy scriptures who want to be killed? Go and get out of this. It's very, very rare to see that this, such personalities, they want to get out of this body and go back home, back to God. Let the death come. Let anybody attack them. So Paritrana, like how with the bad association? If we associate with good people, then naturally good association, we move back home, back to God. But bad people, even Druid, he was helping Ram, but he became, because of the bad association of Druid Gorilla, he was associating with Jarasandh and others. And same thing approved. He stole the this Samantha money. There is a story in Bhagavatam, but that was also because of the bad association. So anyway, I will end here. If you have any questions, comments, or discussion further, we can discuss about all this. Narayana Parayana, one who is dependent on Supreme Personality of Godhead completely. I hope you could hear well.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji, we could hear well. Yeah, Vardhana Mataji, go
Okay,
ahead.
good.
Yeah, thank you so much for wonderful class, Prabhu. It was very enlightening. Devotees, if anybody have any questions or realizations you would like to share, please raise your hand, unmute yourself and go. Hare Krishna devotees.
Yeah, there is one raised hand, Mataji. Ramdas
Ramdas Prabhu,
Devidas.
please. Sita Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, please go ahead.
Is it okay, Mataji, if I go ahead?
Yeah,
Thank you,
sure,
Guru Maharaj.
Radha. Yeah, please go.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Namaskar, Maharaj.
Radha Raman Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Very
It
nice.
was just only this morning only that they told me that I have to give the class, but somehow I could send you the
Thank you, Maharaj.
WhatsApp message. Okay,
Very,
thank
very
you.
nice class, Maharaj. Yeah. I just want to let everyone know on the call that Maharaj is in India. Time zones are different, and weather is very harsh in the area where Maharaj is. But Maharaj always makes efforts to, enlighten us on subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam and all of the scriptures. So thank you, Maharaj. I just want to let everyone know.
Very true. Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji, very true. Maharaj is always making efforts to come here and give us a nice nectarian class. Thank you so much.
So Ramdas Prabhu wanted to ask something. Or Sita Devi. You try again.
We are not able to hear you, Ramdas Prabhu and Sita.
We cannot hear you.
Can you rejoin
Maybe
Prabhuji again? Can you join again?
rejoin, or you could just type your question. You could type your question, and I will be able to see that.
Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Krishna Shri Prabhuji. Very, very beautiful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you told the story of boy and his mom gave him the cow dung patty.
Yeah.
That one had the 1 crore ants and he burned that. So whose story is that first of all?
No. Chitraketu, and what happened? This
Hmm.
is son. His
Hmm.
son, he said that he was as a king, then he renounced. And after renunciation, he was begging. Somebody gave him some cow dung patties, and then somebody gave
Oh.
him some atta, and he was making. So he put a fire, and there
Hmm.
were 10 million ants.
Hmm.
They remain in a group inside, so they all got burned. So now they want to take the revenge, but because he was a devotee, only in one lifetime, just in 5-year age, he could get rid of all those killing of 1 million, not 1 million, 10 million ants. Otherwise, he
Yeah.
had to pay. Normally, it's just one ant, one lifetime, another ant, another lifetime. So he had to be punished. So how stringent laws of nature. The here the people, the politicians, they feel that their prashashan, their is very very strong, very nobody can take even an inch of land. They are making me afraid also from the government. They are very cruel. They want bribe or everything. And then, so I wanted to tell them that there is a greater prashashan, means a greater ruling of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So how you could get out of all that? What you are doing, you should remember what would happen to all these atrocities that you are putting on the citizen. They take the position and they have so much money, filthy rich, by like you cannot imagine, and they go on harassing general people. They would not give them some simple permissions or a simple thing to do. Hardly that they would do anything for the people in general. They want to serve that they could get more and votes. Again, same, they are elected, they don't do anything, but then they somehow harass the people, and then people again, because they don't do anything positive for the citizens. They want to make something, like they are asking, I should pay them 35-40 lakhs of rupees and build a great statue of Radha Krishna, not Radha, just Krishna, same Radha Gopinath. It should be very tall, so their name would be very famous, that they have done such a good job. It is close to my temple in front, and they will develop a whole park and make it very nice. But that is for their fame and name and voting, because this election time is coming. So they want to do this. But they cannot give a deity because of the to just one sect of people, Krishna's deity, then others would come. So that's why they are asking me. But anyway, I want to glorify Radha Gopinath ji, and they would be, I have 4.5 feet Radha Gopinath, they would be 65 feet Radha Gopinath. Just Gopinath. Anyway, that's please come here sometime and visit the temple. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, can you hear me?
Yes, very well. Very well.
Oh, please accept my humble obeisance. Sorry about that. I figured out my problem. I have a question regarding the Narayana Parayana. We see that in the Bhagavatam, and we see in so many great instances, even like in Sanatan Goswami's case and many, that oftentimes that they had to have some type of material calamity before they wanted to turn and hear the Bhagavatam. So I was wondering, how do we develop this Narayana Parayana when things are kind of going okay? You know, when there's no struggles with your health, no struggles with the work, no struggles this or that, at least in the temporary moment. Should we pray for these calamities so that we can have this Narayana Parayana? So how should we keep this urgency?
Very nice, very wonderful question. Very nice question. But Narayan Parayana is not happen just in one lifetime or now that some calamity is coming and now I depend on Krishna. सुख में सुमिर दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई. जो सुख में सुमिरन करे, then he does not get bewildered. What I am saying, that one should be praying all throughout their life, not just when there is calamities are coming and you should pray. And it is not just one lifetime. Just like Prahlad Maharaj, he was learned in the womb. His mother was carrying him for almost more than 1,000 years. when Hiranyakashipu was doing tapasya, because he told her that you will produce a child when I am there in front of me. So he was waiting. Just like this Hiranyakashipu, they remained in the womb of their mother, Diti, not Aditi, Diti, for 1000 years, celestial years. So it's not that opposite things. If you are a devotee, you are a devotee. If you are formally fixed like Prahlad Maharaj or Dhruv Maharaj, whatever condition, you wouldn't get bewildered. Just Chitraketu. When he became a devotee, then he remained firmly fixed, whether Hani, Lav, Jivan, Manan, Yash, Apyash, that is all in the hands of Krishna. Sometimes it is more beneficial, but we don't understand, that's why. But you can pray, then certainly you can pray, so that you could engage Prabhupada. On behalf of Prabhupada, many devotees were praying that if you so desire, my Lord, please keep Srila Prabhupada for a little bit longer time, so we could have this association. He could finish his translation. So you could pray, but not for sense enjoyment. Prayer for sense enjoyment would put you down, because in minute you have sense enjoyment, that let me enjoy this material world to the fullest extent, then naturally you will, initially it would be prayers and shreyas. Prayers means immediate gratification, but we should be looking what is ultimately good for me. So a devotee, they look for ultimate good and not for immediate gratification. It is there, but many people get pray, or they want yes to pray, but they pray for, oh, give me wealth. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Dhanamna Janamna Sundarim Kavitam Va Jagadish Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavat Bhakti Rahe Tuti Kavi Nandastanu Kinkaram Patitam Mamushame Mamamudo Krapayatama Pada Pankaja Stipito Vishratam Vichintaya. So we should be tolerant than a tree, or we should be tolerant than a grass and a snake. So it is not that easy to become a pure devotee. You may think that now I'm chanting, now I'm doing, and I become a pure devotee, and what should I do now? This calamity has come. Yes, you can pray, but for service to Krishna, not for our own sense enjoyment. That would be more down. It should be all for service to Krishna. You can pray. Service, Prabhupada wanted to serve Krishna or his devotees. Then you can pray. You may have some counter question.
No. I'm very satisfied. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to see you after a long time. So we're happy.
I'm planning to come in July, August, but anyway, we'll talk later on.
Okay,
Earlier.
we'll talk about it. Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Great class.
So nice to see you. So anyone else has any comments, questions?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, this is Anuradha Devi Dasi. Dandavat Pranam to you.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice lecture, Maharaj.
Oh, thank you so much. You can ask
Maharaj,
some question.
Yeah, I have one question, just a quick question. At the last, you tell about the Akrurji, how he had got attracted from the Samantaka money, right? So I was wondering, like, how this thing happened, because he was doing only Krishna's work, that Krishna want him to go and search for the Samantak money. When he searched and he had that money, and after that he was not revealing to Krishna, not telling to Krishna that he got this money, and he was hiding that. Why this impurity came on to him, even though he was the great devotee of Krishna?
Yes. Yeah, he is a great devotee because of his association with Kratavarma and some another who were really non-devotees. They were on the side of Duryodhana, and others, there are some others. So they were giving this to that. They ultimately gave to Akrur, and then Akrur thought that now they will blame me, just like Shatadhanva was also there, and so few people in the association. Just this gorilla Dwed is associated with demonic people, and he curled up and he was trying to kidnap the gopis of Lord Balram. Balramji just killed him right there. So there are some bad associations to make you bad. But he was overall a devotee, and then I don't know the whole thing about Akrurji, but somehow he was hiding, and that they will blame him. Just like they were blaming even Krishna, that you killed my brother, Satraji. Satraji's brother was one who went on the horseback and wearing the show up his Samantha jewel. Then a lion attacked the Satrajit's brother and he was killed. Then everybody thought that Lord Krishna wanted for his kingdom Maharaj Ugrasen, and we did not give it. So now he killed my brother and took that Samantha jewel. So to remove that this blaming, then Krishna went himself. Then he saw the elephant, I mean, the lions, fought, and then his Satrajit's brother was killed, and then he went to the Gufa, and then he went inside the Gufa and fought his own devotee. And then 21 or 27 days. So in this way, then he found and this, what is his name, that he was fighting, the eldest of the all the Rishis. Then he gave Jambavan, and Jambavan gave his daughter, and then he understood that this must be, I cannot be defeated by anyone ordinary people. So it must be my Supreme Lord, Rama, in the form of Krishna. So he worshipped him, begged pardon, gave his daughter Jambavati, and gave that shaman to the Lord. Sometimes these things, by the association, we forget, or by association, by the time period, we forget, or by somehow providence have to teach us a lesson, these things happen. So association is a must. Sadhu sadhu. Okay. So,
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Thank you for asking wonderful question. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna devotees, if anybody have any questions, please go ahead.
So I will summarize by this Vratarasura that how he was depending on Krishna. And we could also do the same thing even now, completely surrender to Krishna and depend and live simply. Just we have made our place such a chaotic condition that we need more and more and more and more, and do not care about other living being. It's not just human being, but we should be caring of animals, cows, trees, plants, environment. We are destroying the environment, polluting the environment, putting so much pesticides and in form of pesticides and some different chemicals as fertilizer. It is damaging, and we don't have clean and clear atmosphere. Even the milk is polluted, and so many GMOs that we have created, and on the name of, because of the greediness. That greediness has to be given up. But people have become so much greedy for wealth, money. Money is honey. So they want the money first before then even Krishna. They will give Krishna for this money. So what can be done? The teachings are not there. The kings are not like that. Otherwise, king in this Veer Gambhir, or what was his name? He was a demonic king. But then when he heard from this tribe, then he gave up his all this demonic mentality, and he was reading Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam was in whole kingdom, King Virambir. And then he became, his whole kingdom became devotees. We have to create this example. We should elect or at least make it rather than monarchy. That was the best government. But now the monarchy is not there. Everybody's demanding they elect another demonic person, and then they do all kinds of wrong things, and the nature is damaged, and the nature does not want to give us enough food or enough things. So anyway, whatever position we are, at least some of those people could become an example and could serve Krishna, could chant holy name, could serve the deities. Manmana bho madhutto madhyajimam namaskar. It's not very difficult. Manmana, that is what Krishna wants. Think of him in the mind, become his devotee. Become his devotee means it is devotion is Radharani, is the perfect devotee. And then Madhyaji, Yajan. It's not that Diti Seva is for lower people. No, Diti is Krishna. Bhagavatam is Krishna. And we pay our respect to obeisances. So this four thing anybody can do. Krishna made it so simple that you just Patram Pushpam Phalam Tam Yome Bhaktya Praj. Tadam Bhakti Hasnami Prayatatmana. So he is ready to take the office. But we should be simple in heart. We should be giving from the heart and we should be loving by the heart. He is our father and we should love our father. He loves his children. Otherwise, we become jealous of others, how they became such like Duty and her co-wives, and they created all this. But that is also some lesson we get. In Bhagavatam, it may seem awkward, but there is always certain lessons that we get from that. That's what Prabhupada's greatest gift to us is his Bhakti Vedanta purport. We can understand and keep in our heart. Okay, so we will end here. Thank you so much to everyone for listening and giving your valuable time and your kind association. We will end here, and whenever you need, please remember that I would be happy because it gives me pleasure to read little bit pages of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for very beautiful class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for all your time and association to us. We are grateful to you and we look forward for your reception again and again in the future, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for coming online.
Thanks to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Let us pay obeisances to Prabhuji and all the devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Granta Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samik Rishi Prabhuji ki jai. All glories to all. Hare Krishna.
Nitai Gauranga. Gauranga.
Gauranga.
Gauranga. Thank you everyone for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We'll meet again tomorrow. Hari Bol, closing the call.
Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. Hare